Hi, good evening, good Wednesday, and thank you so much for joining us on this 13th day of July. And I have to pause right there before we get down to any news business this evening, as today is my beautiful, precious, smart, intelligent, thoughtful, kind daughter's birthday. Lacey is 17 today, and that's both joyous and painful to say, and all the parents out there are understanding why. Happy birthday to our beloved daughter. And actually, she's not even seeing this. We taped the program a few moments early in an effort for myself to catch up to the birthday dinner in her honor. But nevertheless, birthday wishes to a very, very special young lady. And I think a lot of folks feel that way. We are very, very blessed to have her with us. With that said, headlines tonight will include two major reports coming from the Mountain Parkway. Only one has to do with the project's progress. The other is perhaps the most significant theft in the show's history, and perhaps that of McGoffin County, to the tune of hundreds of thousands of dollars stolen over the course of the weekend in property. We'll tell you more about it in hopes that you might have seen something over the course of maybe Friday night to Monday morning. A host of other news and information as well, and I've got some special news, good news to share with you. One we'll be sitting down and doing tomorrow, and that's all I'm going to tell you about that one. Another one we'll be doing tomorrow, but I can shed a little light on some company that we have with us here in McGoffin County tonight. A very special group of young men riding for a cause that I think we can all relate to. And a host of other news and headlines. Be sure to stay with us. There's some good news tonight coming from the governor's office in an effort to target some bad news, and that being our economy and our families' economic outlook and the job status of so many Kentuckians. We've learned of $100 million, which has been set aside, just a pool of money that will be available in portion to high schools, our state colleges, and employers. They can all start to apply for a piece of that money tomorrow in an effort to improve workforce education. It's all from the Work Ready Skills Initiative. Governor Matt Bevin, in announcing this earlier today, used an example of the Volvo company who had actually looked at Kentucky just last year as a venue for its North American plant. However, they built that $500 million factory in South Carolina, and a large part of that, he says, was due to the fact that the company was worried about acquiring enough workforce. And that is the goal of this initiative. He says grants will be awarded to educators and employers who hope to and work to and plan to improve training for everyone. That's everyone from those just out of high school to anyone who is unemployed. It's a 30-day application period. It starts tomorrow. Proposals must have at least a 10% match by local partners, but that's really the only other major requirement that we know of. In some other money matters, just to let you know, oil fell today after the International Energy Agency warned that a global supply glut threatened a price recovery, and data showed an unexpected weekly gain in U.S. crude stocks. The IEA, which advises industrialized nations on energy policy, said crude inventories kept rising last month and pushed floating storage to the highest level they've seen in 7 years. And stocks are at such elevated levels, especially for products which demand growth is slackening, and they remain a major dampener on oil prices. Stocks of U.S. crude and refined products rose unexpectedly last week by 2.2 million barrels. That's according to data from the American Petroleum Institute. This provided further bearish impetus to the market a day after prices had risen 5%, giving investors a chance to lock in on gains. Oh, by the way, there it was. I knew I had it somewhere. The global benchmark crude, or Brent oil rather, was down 74 cents to 47.75 a barrel. U.S. crude traded down at $46.25 a barrel. That was down 55 cents. It stands to be the largest theft in the history of this show. We believe even McGoffin County. It took place in the Mountain Parkway sometime over the course of the weekend, and preliminary estimates are staggering as to the value of the equipment that was inside a trailer stolen on the Mountain Parkway. This, of course, coming on the heels of several theft reports you'll take notice to on this program just in the past several days. We, of course, brought to you a report still on an ongoing search and a $2,000 award for a rollback truck stolen from the Parkway Convenient Mart on 114. That truck being used to steal other heavy equipment, a baler and other items. Then a small box trailer stolen at the flower shop here in Sagersville, owned by Johnny and Phyllis Lovely. and now a box trailer owned by one of the companies working on the Mountain Parkway is making headlines. Big headlines tonight. But this trailer theft, another box trailer, a larger box trailer, stands to rank as possibly the highest single theft in this show's history, and possibly and more than likely that of Magoffin County. The Hinkle Corporation had a large white box trailer parked here on this stretch of what will be the new westbound lanes of the Mountain Parkway, just a few miles out of Sagersville. It was actually off to the side of the newly laid blacktop and pinned in, I'm told, by Magoffin County Sheriff's Deputy Jonathan Holbrook, who has the case, by other pieces of heavy equipment, including a blacktop machine. But thieves, sometime over the weekend, with this large earth embankment more than likely blocking the view of motorists to what the thieves were up to, those thieves were able to get that trailer out and head west.
At this time, all we know is that there was a box trailer sitting beside the Parkway west of Sayersville. It was taken sometime over the weekend. We're still waiting on an itemized list from the owners. We believe rough estimate maybe $200,000 worth of equipment in it. And if anybody knows anything or has any leads, they could call the sheriff's office at 349-2914 or call 911.
Also, as you heard, they had taken precautions, realizing that it was a valuable piece of property, closely blocking it in with a blacktop machine and other equipment, thinking that no one could hitch up to it and take it. However, thieves were able to do just that. And as far as the timeline, it could have happened any time after crews left on Friday in this particular area and up until 7 a.m. on Monday morning. That's why the Sheriff's Department and Hinkle is so hopeful that maybe a motorist saw someone trailering a large white trailer, box trailer that is, down the Mountain Parkway. Possibly west and possibly east. There were tire marks left behind that show that the trailer was taken initially west. As to whether or not they did a backtrack thereafter, that's just not known. This exact location is about a mile past the Gifford Road exit, which is being built, and this is off to the right, once again, of the existing lanes of the Mountain Parkway. We haven't got to reach Hinkle as of yet to find out more about the list, any potential reward, or any other information, but we'll be sharing that with you just as soon as it's available. And that's not the only big news we have from the Mountain Parkway. Not a lot of specifics. However, I can shed some light on the Restaurant Row project as of today. If you've been in the area at all over the course of the past several weeks, you have noticed ongoing utility work that's been going on in the Restaurant Row area. That's what we refer to specifically, the 2.4-mile stretch of the Mountain Parkway that starts at exit 75 just east of it and goes to just east of the Route 114, Route 460 intersection. There was a meeting held earlier today at the Mountain Parkway Expansion Office, and bids have been let for construction on the project. Now, we've known prior to this that the construction was set to start sometime late summer, which, of course, we're drawing down upon. Now, I've made some phone calls to Marshall Carey, the project manager, and others to find out an exact timeline and some more information about the bids. We've been unable to reach those individuals as of airtime. However, I did confirm that bids were let for construction, which is still set to start this summer on the Restaurant Row project. Keep in mind, it's only 2.4 miles, but construction is slated to possibly take more than a couple of years here in Sagersville for its entirety. Utility management, if you will, is still ongoing, relocation still ongoing, but it is a sign that construction is getting close to beginning in the next few weeks. I'll have more to tell you soon. And I'll have more news after these messages. For high-speed internet starting at 15 meg for all of your gaming, movie, home, and business solutions, or to watch TV, including your favorite local channels without a contract, with hundreds of channels and digital and HD quality, and to stay connected 24/7 with friends and family, a direct line to 911, or to give your business the link it needs, choose telephone service you know is always there. Just click on their link on this site to find out how affordable the latest technology in communications can be. Foothills Communications. I've got a couple of special reports we're working on, and both of them I should be able to wrap up at least with acquiring the interviews and material on tomorrow's program. I'm not going to tell you about one. One, however, I am, and it's about some company we have in McGoffin County this evening. They won't be here for long, just to get some rest and hopefully, and I know I can guarantee you, a good hot meal at the Lakefront Church of God, which is where they're staying tonight. But it's about a group of young men who are traveling coast to coast for Alzheimer's. It started back in 2010. It was then that the first group of 6 Western Kentucky University students pedaled 3,000 miles for 9 weeks for Alzheimer's awareness across the country. After that, they raised about $60,000. It all started because one of their members, one of those 6, had lost a grandparent due to Alzheimer's. 6 years later, they've had 2 more trips, 6,500 miles in total, raising another $140,000. And now they're in the middle, well, actually on the downhill side of a trip from Seattle to Virginia Beach. 12 riders, 2 support men, all fraternity brothers from Western Kentucky University, all in McGoffin County tonight. You can see the trek they've made thus far across the United States, and they wound up in McGoffin County tonight, staying in Stanton last evening. And you know how often we have had similar reports of so many individuals crossing this country for their respective cause over the years. We've been very privileged to do so many and speak with so many individuals about what drove them to do so. And tomorrow we'll be doing just that, as these young men will be leaving the Lakefront Church of God, which is graciously putting them up tonight. They'll be staying there and leaving early in the morning, and that's where I'll join them tomorrow. For now, though, a brief look at what's inspired them to do so and how they get their message across.
How do you feel about that tan line?
Never really had one this bad before.
It always seems to be great now.
Tan line.
Talking sports with my family.
June 12th, 1963, my mom's birthday.
Family holiday traditions.
My mission trips.
My favorite author is J.R.R. Tolkien.
Games I'll play with my grandchildren.
Ski trips with my family.
My time at sea.
Growing up on the baseball field with my dad.
My brother's wedding.
My niece's name is Ashley.
Hunting trips with my dad. Biking across the country.
Most, if not all, of the men riding have been touched directly or indirectly by Alzheimer's, the progressive disease, the degenerative disorder that attacks the brain's nerve cells or neurons, resulting in loss of memory, thinking, and language skills and behavioral changes. It's the most common cause of dementia or loss of intellectual function among people age 65 or older. And we'll meet with these gentlemen tomorrow and find out about their trip thus far, what it's meant to them, and what they hope that it means to all those that they meet along the way. I met one of the group earlier today in Sagersville. I look forward to meeting the rest of them tomorrow and forward to sharing their story with you then as well. Here's tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. Beginning with birthday wishes, a happy 65th birthday, it says, to Archie Ingram. Love your wife, love your family. Happy 65th today to Archie Ingram. I've been running this one for a while. This will be one of the last few times I run it in hopes that everyone has seen it and made note of when they're going to be at their respective locations. The McGoffin County Summer Feeding Program continues till the 29th of this month. At each of these locations on their scheduled days for a half hour, beginning at 11 Monday through Friday at the Licking River Baptist Church and the Royalton United Baptist Church, 11:15 Monday through Thursday in the Ramey Park, 11:20 Monday through Friday at College Heights Apartments, and Monday through Friday at noon at the Allen Drive apartment complex. All of our kids under the age of 18, stop by, get a free lunch, and enjoy a little time with maybe some friends in the process. And speaking of school, I wasn't really, but close enough. Free sports and school physicals are going to be offered on Saturday the 23rd. That's a week from this Saturday at Magoffin County Immediate Care on Parkway Drive. Now, this is free with no appointments needed, and if you have any questions in the meantime, you can call 349-6006-6006. All students and all student athletes are welcome for free sports and school physicals Saturday the 23rd at Immediate Care. And I think that's going to wrap it up for calendar announcements for tonight. A little time to remind you, if you've got one you want included on the program, drop it in the post office at P.O. Box 1443. Email yournewstoday@yahoo.com. I'm on Facebook under Ritter Mortimer. Phone it in at 3699. Fax it in at 3221. Remember, our program is always on our website at yournewstoday.com. Brought to you by the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Funeral announcements tonight include a partial listing for Rick Peace of Whitesburg. We mention Mr. Peace because he is the father of Joshua Peace of the Sayersville City Police Department. Josh and his wife, Linnea Howard Peace. He passed away at home, we believe, and we also understand that arrangements are being made in his honor at this time. We will pass those along to you as soon as they are available. Once again, in honor of Rick Peace of Whitesburg. After tabulating votes in a Breathitt County election yesterday, Secretary of State Allison Grimes did make official her tally, showing that 2,323 people in Breathitt County voted to allow alcohol sales. That was to 1,717 who voted against. 58 to 48% was the margin, and therefore Breathitt County has gone wet. This picture, this photograph, has been shared briskly, to put it mildly, across the internet and social media for obvious reasons. It was taken by a man who is one of the three brothers of Three Brothers SJR Transport out of Mount Sterling. It was a picture that he captured out of the cab of his truck, one that he says was not altered, and one that is certainly drawing a lot of questions and opinion this evening. Saul Vasquez says that he took this photograph, not noticing what was in it until later, and you can see certainly what he describes as a shadow, an outline possibly of a man, an individual, over top of possibly the state trooper in the scene, possibly of the accident victim. It's still unknown. It's certainly stirring up a lot of interest, we can say that. This was a fatal motorcycle accident that happened on Kentucky Route 15 yesterday afternoon, sometime around 5:30 or so. The motorcyclist was the only individual involved, and he was pronounced dead at a hospital after being transported there. His name not listed in this particular report at this particular time, but after Vasquez shared the picture, it's been viewed tens and tens and tens of thousands of times, and a closer view shows no more than what you could see the first time as far as an understanding of what it might be. Indeed, a shadow, light refracting off something else, or many of the other opinions that a whole lot of other folks have had after viewing it. I could show you the radar, or I could simply tell you there's nothing green over us or any other part of Kentucky at this hour. Can't rule out a 20% chance of some very small and isolated showers during the overnight, but right now everything is moving to the south, or to the north of Kentucky in general, and not to be a major player in our overnight weather, where we expect to see 69 degrees. We broke the 90-degree mark today again, and we'll get close to it again tomorrow. We will see on your Thursday with partly sunny skies and temperatures around 89. We'll see a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms anytime after 10 o'clock in the morning. We'll also see some patchy fog up until that. Keep in mind, 89 to 90 is what the temperature will be. It will feel closer to 95, 97 degrees when you factor in the humidity. And look for winds out of the southwest tomorrow, 5 to 8 or 10, gusts upwards of 18 to 20 possibly for us as well tomorrow afternoon. We'll wrap up your Thursday with a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms continuing and mostly cloudy skies. Friday, lower 80s. That's a good thing. 84 and 65, partly sunny skies, a bit more comfortable, but still a 40% threat of some showers and maybe some storms. And there's your common denominator. 80s and the possibility of some showers with some sun. 84, partly sunny Saturday with a 40% threat. Sunday, 86, mostly sunny, and 20 as chances decrease. Temperatures on Monday will continue to inch upward to 87, partly sunny, and a 30% chance of showers. And that pattern shows no sign of weakening. Next Tuesday, 86 and a 40% chance. Next Wednesday, maybe the least chance with 10% right now and 86 degrees. No big washouts, no wall-to-wall showers and storms, but it's just a situation where you got to keep your eye on the weather because it can change from 1 hour to the next, as is Kentucky weather. That's going to wrap it up for this evening, this birthday evening for our precious Lacey. I do want to remind you some special news starting on tomorrow's program that we've been kind of working towards all week long. We'll have that and other news and information that you're guaranteed to only see if you see us for more of your news today. Thanks for watching. Have a nice Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow night.